Welcome to this video. Tricky math problems you may see on your test. Question number 1. They say using the following information, how much is a large pizza with 3 toppings? This question looks easy, but it's tricky. Why? Because here they ask you for the price, right? When you have 3 toppings, but the indications here said what? Large, okay? 1 topping pizza, you pay $14. $2 for each additional topping. $2 for each. So if I need 3 toppings, right? Okay. For 1 topping, I already paid this $14. Now I need 2 more. So because I need 2 more, so each one is $2. $2 added to the $14 in total. This gives me $18. The correct choice is C. Question number 2. The average temperature at the South Pole is negative 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The average temperature on the equator is 92 degrees Fahrenheit. How much warmer is the average temperature on the equator than at the South Pole? So this question, understand that it's like you have a number line. Okay, let's say this is 0 somewhere here and negative 45 is somewhere here. Negative 5 degrees. Here, let's assume that this is 92 degrees. So what they're asking to find is the number of degrees you have between negative 45 and the 92. So let's give something simple to understand. Suppose I have another number line like this: 1, 2, 3, -1, -2. And they want me to find, okay, the number of units between -1 and, for example, 3. So we're gonna count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but from negative 45 to positive 92, if you wanna count it one by one, maybe that could take a time, or you can mess it up. But counting here means what? You take this last number here, which is 3, minus the first number, but the first number is -1. Okay, so this is same as what? 3 plus 1, because the 2 negative sign change it to positive, and that gives you 4. So it's the same concept you're gonna use here, which is to do what? You take 92 degrees minus, okay, the first value, which is negative 45. Now the 2 negative sign here will return to positive. So it's like we are doing 92 plus 45, and you get 137 degrees. Therefore, the correct choice is B. Another way to understand it is, you can see that from negative 45 to 0, that gives you 45 units or 45 degrees. And now from 0, okay, now from 0 to 92, you have 92 degrees. So we have a 45, we have a 92. So you could add both to get again the same 137 degrees. Okay, let's see the next question. Question number 3. Yeah, the question looks easy, but again, it's tricky. Here, every time you see this double bar, okay, double bars, we call what? Absolute value. Absolute value. So they put -3 between these double bars. So we read this as what? An absolute value of -3. And understand that the key here is every time you see absolute value of a number, the result is positive. So the absolute value of -3 is +3. Yes, even if the number is positive, Suppose I want to find the absolute value of positive 4, the answer will be positive 4. The absolute value of a number is always positive, okay, except for 0, because 0 is just 0, it's not positive 0 or negative 0. Now, remember, before the absolute value, we have a negative sign in front. So we're going to keep that negative sign. So therefore, my answer is negative 3. The correct choice is A. Question number 4. Again, absolute value. But here, in this question, we're going to use PEMDAS. Okay, the correct way to use the PEMDAS is to write it like this. The P stands for parenthesis, okay, E exponent, M multiplication, D division, A addition, and S subtraction. But understand that multiplication and division are on the same level. Addition and the subtraction also are on the same level. But you always work from what? Left side to right side. That means what? If multiplication comes before division, you do multiplication first. But if it's a division before multiplication, you do division first. Okay, so same thing for addition and the subtraction. Now, when you have this question here, we're going to see the absolute value as the parenthesis. That means we need to compute what we have inside the absolute value first. But inside the absolute value, we're going to follow again PEMDAS. Therefore, if I take this first part, inside I have 6 exponent. I have exponent, sorry, which is 6 squared. Okay, I have a division, I have addition, but I will do the exponent first. That means what? My answer will be absolute value of 36, because 6 squared is 36. Again, recall, 6 squared means what? 6 times 6. It's not 6 times 2, but it's 6 times 6. You repeat that 6 2 times. That's the exponent. Okay, divided by 4 plus 21. I close the absolute value plus 3 minus, I open again. And here I have a division, addition, division. I will do the division first. That means what? 18 divided by 6 gives me 3. Plus, I will do this division also. That gives me what? 2. I close and I squared. After that, we're going to complete the division here. And that gives me 9. 36 divided by 4 is 9 plus 21. Okay. Plus 3 minus. Inside here, I have a 5. I close, I squared. We continue. This is same as what? 30. Absolute value of 30. Okay. Plus 3 minus. Okay, so the thing is this. The absolute value of 5, because 5 is positive, that stays the same 5. But 5 squared is what? 25. And I keep this negative sign, which is outside. Now, you will see that we're going to have absolute value of 30, which is what? Okay, so the absolute value of 30 gives you what? 30, okay, plus 3 minus 25. So what I have here is 25. Okay, and the 30 plus 3 is 33. 33 minus 25 is 8. So the correct answer, okay, or the answer for this question 4. We continue. So this is equation to solve. If equation involving fraction, but it's not something complicated. Okay, you have to understand that to solve this question, okay, we're gonna move this positive 4 to other side. So we want numbers with x on one side, numbers with no x also on the other side. So moving the 4 to other side, that will change sign. So we're gonna have negative 4, okay, minus 6 is equal to x over 8. Understand this is same as negative 10. is equal to x over 8. So I will change negative 10 to a fraction. So it's the same as to divide by 1. The reason I do that, so I have two fractions and I can cross multiply. This determines that 1 times x, which is x, is same as negative 10 times positive 8. So x is negative 80. And the correct choice here is A. The next question. Question number 6. It's a fraction here, we need to simplify. Okay, understand that. You can just divide negative 10 by negative 2. And the negative divided by negative is positive. So that gives you positive 5 times negative 8. And positive times negative is negative. So the answer is negative 40. The correct choice here is C. Question number 7. So this question here is like we're going to combine like terms. So we have a like terms as this and this. They are like terms because they have the same m squared. So they have the same variable, which is letter, and the same exponent, which is here 2. So therefore, we're going to add 1.7 to 2.5 because we're going to keep m squared as the answer. So doing that, you get what? 4.2. So 1.7 added to 2.5 give you 4.2. And we keep the m squared. After that, the rest again here are like terms. So you have a 6.5 minus 4. That will give you 2.5. And the 2.5 minus 1. Because when they say negative n, that means negative 1n. Okay, so the 6.5 minus 4, which is 2.5, and 2.5 minus 1 is 1.5. So here we're going to have plus 1.5. Okay, so the correct choice here is A. The next question. Question number 8. They say evaluate B minus 2A minus C for A equals negative 7, B equals 3, and the C equals negative 7. So here, what you need to do is just to plug in these values. So I'm going to have a B. The B value here is 3. So I have a 3 minus 2A. The A value is negative 7. So I use parentheses to avoid mistake. The A value is negative 7. So I put it in the parentheses, which is this one here, minus C. So again, you're going to have the C value in parentheses. The C is negative 7. To again, to avoid mistake, I put that C value in parentheses. So you see that I have a negative sign, negative sign. Same thing again, negative sign, because the expression says negative 2A and the negative C. Okay, so therefore you work it out, you're going to have a 3 plus 14. Every time you have a negative number times negative number, that turns to positive. Same thing here, negative times negative turns to positive. And if you combine all of these, you get 24. So the correct choice is B. The next question. Question number 9. They say determine whether the given length can be side of a right triangle. Okay, so right triangle looks like this. Okay, and you have the right angle here. So if this represents what? The side of a right triangle, the hypotenuse is the longest side, always side facing the right angle. So that hypotenuse will be the 30 meters. Okay, the small side here will be 18 meters, and this will be 24 meters. Okay, but the formula I'm going to use to check is what? The Pythagorean theorem. And that theorem said, every time you have a squared plus b squared, this is equal to c squared. The c is always the hypotenuse, the longest side. So let's check this. So check. We take 24, okay, squared plus 18 squared, and we want to see if this is 30 squared. So 24 squared is 576 plus 18 squared is 324, and the 30 squared is 900. And yes, if you add these two numbers, you get 900, which is same as 900. Therefore, this represents what the side of a right triangle. The answer is yes. The next question, question number 10. This question number 10, again, is easy but tricky. Look, they're asking to find the x-intercept. What is the definition for x-intercept? It's where the line crosses the x-axis. So this is the x-axis here. This is the y-axis. Okay. So therefore, to find the point where the line crosses the x-axis is to locate it here. And they give you this answer as a point where we have x. So when I say point, we have x coordinate and the y coordinate. That's what they say, ordered pair. And look, this point here, we have a -4 for x. That's very important. When the line, the point is on the x line, that means what? The y value is 0. So the answer here is -4, 0, and the correct choice is A. In another question, they could ask you if you find what? The y-intercept, which is the next question here. If they ask for y-intercept, okay, that's this point here. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. And to find the y-intercept, always the x value first, but here the x value will be 0. Yes, for the y-intercept, the x value is 0. But for the x-intercept, the y value is 0. Always, that will be like that. Okay, so here we have a 0, comma, -3 for the y. And the correct choice for this question 11 is D. That's a dog. Question 12. Question 12 is a system of equation. Okay, so the asking here to solve for x and the y, because when you have these answers, okay, the first value represent the x value and the second one represent the y value. So it's to find the x and the y value. So one of the methods is just to check one by one. So you plug, x value and the y values, okay, in the equation. That means what? For equation number, the first equation, you could replace x by -1 and the y by -4 to check if that gives you -6. And you use the same coordinate to check for this and this, okay. But this is a long method. But let's show you another method, okay, which will help you to get the correct answer. So here, what we'll do is we're going to multiply the first equation by -3. The goal here is what? We're going to add the two equations to eliminate, okay, eliminate the x, okay, and solve for y. So we're going to eliminate x here and we're going to solve for y. But to eliminate x, we need the same value with a different sign. So we need a -3x. We already have a 3x here, so we need a -3x for the other x. But we need to multiply the entire equation by -3 to keep the balance. That means what? We're going to have a -3x minus 6y is equal to +18. Understand that I multiply the -3 by x, I multiply the same -3 by 2y, I multiply the same -3 by -6 to get this. Now we have a 3x, which is the second equation, plus 8y is equal to -20. Now I said that we're going to add the two equations, put it to combine like that, so this cancel out because -3x and the +3x, it then becomes 0. Now, if you add this, you're going to get 2y is equal to 17. You add this, you get -2. This is telling you that to solve for y, you divide both sides by +2. So therefore, you have a y is equal to -1. So if you see all these 4 choices, only choice C has the y value as -1. So we see that the correct choice is C. But to make sure that, okay, I did this with no mistake, let's again try to solve for x, which is this time I'm going to eliminate the y. So eliminate, okay, eliminate y and solve for x. To do that, I'm going to use the same equation, but this time I will multiply the equation by what? -4. So I take a -4, I will multiply by the first equation. So I have x, okay, plus 2y is equal to -6. Doing this, my first equation becomes -4x minus 8y is equal to +24. Understand that again, I multiply -4 by x, I multiply -4 by 2y, I multiply -4 by -6 to get this. Now, my second equation is what? 3x plus 8y is equal to -20. So my goal is to eliminate the y. That's what I try to create opposite coefficient. The coefficient for this y is 8, so I need the -8. That's why I multiply the first equation by -4. Now, doing this, you see that the y cancel because I have a -8y plus 8y, which becomes 0. Now, if you do the addition here, -4x plus 3x give you -x is equal to the 24 minus 20 is 4. So if I have -x equals 4, that means what? To solve for x, I will divide this by -1. Remember that -x means -1x. So I divide this by -1 and I get x is equal to -4. And yes, that confirms, my thinking here. So yes, the correct choice is C, where I have x is -4 and the y is -1. Another way to, again, double check your answer, if you replace x and the y by -4, -1 respectively, yeah, and you work it out here, you will see that that will give you the same answer. In the first equation is -6 and the second one is -20. Okay, we continue. Question 13. We have here a triangle and it's a right triangle. Why I know it's a right triangle? Because it's a little square, okay, on that angle. Okay, so they say, what is the value of x in the right triangle? Yes, the question is, let's say that right triangle. Look, we want to know the value of this x. When you have a question like this, use again the Pythagorean theorem we used before. And that Pythagorean theorem says what? A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, remember, the c is always the hypotenuse, the longest side, and that's the c. How I know that this is the longest side or this is the hypotenuse? Always that side, okay, faces, the right angle. So these two line segment, we call it legs. So after you figure out the legs, the third one is the hypotenuse. The legs are formed by this, the legs form the right angle. Okay, so A, doesn't matter which one you use for A. A can be X, okay, but we need this squared. And the B also can be 2, okay, we have this squared, but C, it has to be the 9, so 9 squared. So x squared plus 2 squared equals 9 squared. X squared plus 4, 4 means 2 times 2 is equal to 81. What the 81 came from? 9 squared means, let's put it here, 9 squared is same as 9 times 9. It's not a 9 times 2, but it's 9 times 9. You multiply 9 by itself. Therefore, we're going to solve for x squared first. So we're going to subtract the 4 on both sides. Doing that, you get x squared is equal to 77. But the answer is to find x. Okay, the question is to find x. So to find x, we're going to say x is equal to square root of 77. Yes, and they have to be positive value because here is a distance. So the correct choice is B. We cannot simplify square root of 77. Therefore, we leave it like that. The next question, question 14. They say simplify the expression completely. This is a keyword. Completely. Completely. One of the answers, okay, will be square root of 200, like this one. But this is not complete. That means what? If you choose B, okay, it's incorrect because it's not complete. We need to go further. Okay, so let's show you a method. We're going to break it down, this square root of 20. That means what? You're going to write it as square root of 2 times square root of 10. The question is, what numbers we can multiply together to get a 20? And this is 2 times 10. Yeah, we have a more. Someone could say 4 times 5 and so on. But it's going to be helpful if you use the square root of 10. Why? Because there is another square root of 10 here. And the rule is this. Every time you have a square root of a number, multiply by the square root of the same number, that turns to what? Regular number. So what I have here is 10 with no square root. Now, before I have a square root of a 2, which is here. Now I have a square root of a 2 multiplied by 10. But this will not be square root of 20. No. Instead, that will be what? 10 square root of 2. Understand that every time you have a square root of a number, which is the case here, okay, multiplied by a regular number is just to place that regular number before, okay, the square root of the other number. So that's what we put here. And the correct choice is D. Yeah. Now suppose someone, okay, which is another method, multiply 20 by 10, which is correct. Yes, you're gonna have a square root of 200. But like I said, this is not complete. You have to go further. So square root of 200 means what? You're gonna have square root of 2 times square root of 100, because 200 is what? 2 times 100. But square root of 100 will turn to a regular 10. Why? Because 100 is a perfect square. So what they mean by perfect square, you'll see this in one of my previous videos. So you'll see that I will have a square root of 2 multiplied by regular 10. That regular 10 came from square root of 100. And the square root of 2 times regular 10 give you again 10 square root of 2. So the correct choice is D. We continue. Question 15. So again, we have a square root question, and here they say sum. In math, sum means what? Addition. So that means what they ask you to do: 2 square root of 54 plus 2 square root of 6. Please don't do 54 plus 6 to get 60 like they have it here, and the 2 plus 2 to get 4. No, no way. You cannot do that. To add the 2 square root, you have to make sure that they have the same radicand. We mean by radicand what we have inside here. So they don't have the same radicand. Therefore, I need to break it down to get that same radicand. I will keep the 2 here. The square root of 54, I will break it down as what? 9 and 6. Remember, 9 times 6 is what? 54. When I use the 9 and the 6 because there is 6 here. Okay, that will be so helpful if you use, 6. We can use, different two numbers to multiply to get 54. Someone could say, oh, 1 times 54. You see, or someone could say 3 times 18. But the thing is this, it will be so helpful for you if you use 9 and 6. If you use different numbers, you're going to have many steps. And again, you see this in one of my previous videos. So we continue. Remember, 9 is a perfect square. Okay, so square root of a 9 will turn to regular 3. So I have a 2 times 3 with no radical. I have a square root of a 6 here. Okay, remember we have to add the 2 square root of this. So add the 2 square root of this. Okay, now we continue. So this is a multiplication between 2 and 3. So that gives 6 square root of a 6 plus 2 square root of 6. This time, yes, they have the same radicand, correct? Okay, so we see this like terms. So what we can do is to add the outside number. Okay, so you're gonna have a 6 plus 2, which is 8, and you keep the square root of 6. The correct choice here is D. So write an equation in point-slope form for the line through the given point with the given slope. So what we have here are the coordinates, okay, of the point, the given point. So the x coordinate is 4 and the y coordinate is -6. So let's write it down. We have the x and the y. And what we have here is the slope. Okay, understand that the actually here to use point slope form. Point slope form. Yeah, this is a mistake here. Let's figure out. Okay, slope. So point slope form, correct? The point slope form formula is this one here. We also have a slope intercept form, but they don't ask for that. That's the y equals ms plus b. So they actually this one, and this is the easiest form to use. Point slope form. Therefore, what you need to do, you keep the y like this, minus, when they say y1 is the y value of the given point, which is -6. So let's put that in a bracket to avoid mistake. So I have a y minus -6 is equal to, okay, m is the slope, which is 3/5, parenthesis x, also you leave x like that, minus, now x1 is the x value of the given point, which is here 4. Okay, have that 4 like that, and you close it. Now to clean it, you have to understand that the two negative sign here will turn to what? Positive. So my answer is y plus 6 is equal to 3/5 parenthesis x minus 4. You see this answer A looks like it's the correct choice, but it's not. Why? Because you see they don't use bracket. They don't use a bracket for the x minus 4. X minus 4 have to be in bracket. Otherwise, you'll not get uh, the same answer. It's going to be something different. Yes. So the correct choice here, like I said, is C. Now we continue. Question 17. For question 17, they say x is 4a squared minus a plus 3, and the y is a minus 5. And now they say which polynomial is equivalent to the product. That's a keyword. Product, that means why you have to do multiplication. So you have to do multiplication between what? X and y. But x is what? 4a squared minus a plus 3. I put this in bracket. And I multiply by the y value also in bracket to avoid mistake, a minus 5. So we need to distribute, okay, the expression here. Look, distribute here means you take a 4a squared, you're going to multiply by a. But a there has exponent, which is 1. So you added the two exponents, you're going to have a 4a cubed. You take the same 4a squared, and this time you're going to multiply by -5. Understand that this negative sign is for 5. So that gives you -20a squared. Understand that the 4a squared is positive. So positive multiplied by negative give you negative. That's what we have in this one here. Now we continue. This time you're going to take -a. You multiply -a by a. Negative a has exponent, which is 1. A also has exponent, which is 1. So that will be -a squared. We added the exponent. The same -a, you're going to multiply by -5, and that will turn to +5a. After that, we take the last term here, which is 3. You multiply by a, that give you what? 3a. The same with 3 multiplied by -5 give you -15. The next step is to combine like terms. So we're going to keep this 4a cubed, but we have a -20a squared and -a squared. Together, that give you -21a squared. After that, we're going to combine the 5a and the 3a. That give you 8a. You just add the 5 to 3. And the last part is this -15. So if you check this correctly, you will see that the correct choice is D. So you have a 4a cubed minus 21a squared plus 8a minus 15. Question 18, they say which sequence has a common ratio of -3? That's the keyword here, ratio. This question again is simple but tricky. Okay, you will see that because they say ratio, that means what? Something to something. Okay, something over something. But when they say sequence, we replace sequence like A. So I can do A1, okay, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So understand that I use here the A to represent the numbers. Okay, so A1 means the first term in the sequence, A2 the second term in the sequence, A3 the third term in the sequence, and the A4 the fourth term in the sequence, and so on. So the rule here is not to check, oh, it's like, oh, they add the 3 to -10 to get -3, or maybe they subtract 3 from 14 to get 11, or maybe they multiply -2 by 3 to get -6. Okay, I'm going over this one by one, the sequence numbers here one by one. No. The goal here is what? If you take A2, which is the next term, okay, divide by the previous term, you should get -3. Or if you take A3 divided by A2, you should get -3. Or you take A4 divided by A3, okay, you take a term divided by the previous term, you should get -3. So that's the ratio for this sequence. Therefore, if you see here, we cannot do that for choice A because -7 divided by -10 will not give me -3, so I don't need to continue. You cannot also not do this for B because 11 divided by 14 will not give me -3. I don't need to check for the rest. Again, if you check for C, seems like, but it's not. Because the thing is, if you take a -6 divided by -2, you're going to get what? +3, which is not the case. So the correct choice has to be that D. Check. You take a -12 divided by 4, that gives you -3, because negative divided by positive is negative. Or you take a 36, which is positive, divided by -12, that gives you -3. Or you take a -100 and 8 divided by positive 36, that will give you what? The same -3. So doing this, you have to know that when you have the top number and the bottom number, one will be positive, one will be negative before you get a negative result. But if both are negative or both are positive, you cannot get a -3. So the correct choice here is D. Question 19. So for question 19, I'll tell you right away that the correct choice is B, banana. Yes, this is the expression 5a plus 2b. Understand that a plus 2b represent the exponent. So it's like you have a 5, which is the base, which is bigger, and the exponent will have a plus 2b. Okay, I said that the correct choice is B. Why? Because let's use the B to get this expression. The B value, they say 5 raised to the a power times 25 raised to b power. Okay, so 5 is the base, a is the exponent, 25 is the base, b is the exponent. So I will write this to get the same base. To get the same base, what I will do, I keep, okay, the 5 with that a times the 25, I'm going to rewrite it as what? 5 squared. Remember, 25 is 5 times 5, so which is same as 5 squared. Everything raised to the b power. And there is a rule in exponent you have to know. That rule says what? Every time you have something raised to a power, together raised to another power, you multiply the two powers. So this is power to power. That means you're going to have 5 raised to the a power times, so the dot is multiplication, 5 raised to 2b. So I multiply 2 by b. Now, because I have the same base, okay, I have the same base, I have this and this, what I will do, I'll keep that base and I add the exponent. So that gives me what? A plus 2b. So yes, using the b, we get this. Now, let me redo, this same question. Let's show something different. So another method, maybe you're gonna love it, love it. So let's take this. So I want to redo this same question 19. using a different method. So this time, I want to start from the, so let's say redo. I want to start from this 5a, okay, plus 2b. Okay, understand that when you have this, that means what? This is 5a times 2b. So I can split this in two parts. So remember, the rule is what? When you have a raised to m power times a raised to n power, you have a m plus n. Therefore, if I have a m plus n, I can rewrite it as a to the m power times a to the nth power. That's what I did here. So it's like my a represents the 5, and then my m is the a, my n is the 2b. So I split like this. Now look, from here, I could also write as 5 raised to a power times, now this here is same as 5 squared, everything raised to b power. Remember again, there is another rule, okay, for exponent when they say what? A raised to m, everything raised to n means a m times n. So if I have a 2b, which is 2 times b, I can rewrite it as this raised to this. That's what I did here. Therefore, we have 5 raised to a times, okay, what I have in the bracket is 5 times 5, which is 25 raised to b power. And then, like I said it before, this is the b here, the twice b. Question 20. They say, for which value of x the table below is not a function? Keyword is not a function. Is not a function. So the table here, okay, is not a function, okay. Okay, so when they say it's not a function, that means what? You will see the x value repeating. So that means when they repeat x value, that will not be a function. They could repeat the y value, like here they repeat the 4, 4, they repeat the 5, 5, it's not a problem. But if they repeat x value, that will not be a function. So what value you see here, when we put in the x, will be a repeated value. It has to be b. Yeah, b. Okay, so if x is 2, so this is not a function. Not a function. Again, to be a function, you'll never repeat the x value. Okay. If you repeat any x value here, that means what? It's not a function. Question 21. They say use the quadratic formula to determine the exact root. Root means solution. Yes. Of the equation x squared plus 3x minus 6. So when you have x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0, you have to understand this is same as 1x squared, and that 1 is a. Because in this formula, right, they use a, b, and c. So we want to know what is the value of a, what is the value of b, what is the value of c. The value of a is always the number attached to x squared. So here, 1x squared, or when they say x squared, that means the a is 1. The b is that number attached to the x. So b is 3. And the c is that number with no x. That number is negative 6. Yes, you have to take the number with its sign. The rest is to use the formula, which is why we have x is equal to negative b. B is 3. So negative b means you're going to have negative 3. Plus minus, again, I will bracket to avoid mistake. Square root of b squared. B is 3. So I will take a 3 in the bracket. I squared minus 4. A value here is 1. C value here is negative 6. Everything divided by 2a. So 2 times 1. Now we're going to work it out. Remember, okay, this will be what? X is equal to, I take negative 3, I can remove the bracket. So plus minus. The plus minus there is telling you that you're going to have two solutions. One will be positive, square root, and the other one will be negative square root. Okay, so we have a square root of. Understand that inside the square root, we have a 3 square, which is 9. I do that first. Okay, now we have a negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4. The same negative 4, the result I get from negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4, times negative 6, that will return to positive 24. Yeah, positive 24. So I do exponent, and now I do the multiplication. I have two numbers to multiply. So the negative sign here multiply with the other negative sign, change to positive. Divide by 2, 2 times 1. We continue. So this is same as what? X is equal to negative 3 plus minus square root of. Inside I have a 9 plus 24, which is 33, divided by 2. So the solutions are, the first one going to have x is equal to negative 3 plus square root of 33 divided by 2. We cannot simplify square root of 33. So yes, we have it like that. Okay. And the second one will be what? X is equal to negative 3 plus square root of, no, x negative 3 minus square root of 33 divided by 2. Okay. So we have this, and again, we cannot simplify. They say to determine the exact root. Okay, so we don't change it to decimal. We leave it like that. That's the exact root. Sometimes they could ask you, okay, to leave your answer as a decimal, and they have to be like one digit after the decimal or 2 digits, so they will give you some instruction. But here they say exact root, so it has to be this one and this one. Remember again, this plus and this minus combine, okay, represent the plus minus, the plus minus, the plus minus. Yeah, this question is a little bit tricky, I know. Okay, we continue. Question 22. This is a table here, and they say what? A ball was launched into the air, and its height, okay, above the ground was recorded each second, as shown in the table below. Based on this data, okay, which statement is a valid conclusion? We need to understand this problem correctly. Let's read it one more time. A ball was launched into the air, okay, and its height above the ground was scored each second, as shown in the table below. Based on this data, okay, which statement is a valid conclusion? So let's see the four conclusions here, A, B, C, D. But before we do that, let's see the table, okay? So when they say time, this means time in seconds, and we have the height in feet. Now, this is telling that when the time is 0, so nothing happened yet, okay, the height is 11. So this is telling you that the launch, okay, the launch this ball at height 11. Yeah, at height 11. That's the meaning. Now, when the time is 1 second, okay, the height becomes what? 59. So that means what? After the launch this ball, okay, 1 second later, the height increase. So it's like something like this. Let's use this. So this is my ground. Okay. And suppose this is me here. Okay. And I have the ball. Yes. Is the ball. And the height for that, okay, from the ground to the ball is 11 feet. Something like that. Now, boom, I launch this in the air. So at 1 second, okay, I have maybe the balsam here, and this is what? 59. Okay, so the height now becomes 59. This continue, okay, going up. So at some point here, so at the 2 seconds, which is this one here, the height becomes what? 75. That means that increase. That makes sense. Okay, and from there, at the 3, we have a 59. That decrease. So it's like a coming down. Yeah, everything you throw in the air at the moment, that will come back, okay, to the ground. So now from here, okay, suppose from here, so same level, which is again 59. So this is the ground. Yes, 59. Okay, and at the 4 seconds, same level to the beginning. So yeah, something here. So 11. Okay, 11 feet. Okay, so this is the diagram. Now, if you take this one by one, they say the bar lands, okay, on the ground at the 4 second. At the 4 second, it's not yet on the ground. The height still 11, so it's not on the ground. If it's on the ground, the height will be 0. So this is not correct. B, the bar reaches a maximum height of 11 feet. The maximum height here is 75. Yeah, it's the 75 feet. So again, this is not correct. C, the bar was launched from a height of 0 feet. The the bar was launched at a height of 11 feet. They say 0 second, but it's not 0 feet. So this is also out. If they replace 0 by 11, okay, that should be the correct answer. So 11 feet, but they say 0 feet. It's a 0 second. Okay, and the last one, the ball reaches its maximum height at the 2 second. Yes, maximum height is 75, and that reaches when the time is 2 seconds. So this is the correct point. So then the question is simple but tricky. The next question, question 23, another tricky question. The dot plot below shows the number of goals, okay, Maria scored in each lacrosse game last season. Which statement, okay, about the dot plot is correct? So this is the dot plot, and I want to know which statement is correct. First of all, let's understand this dot plot. So the dot plot means what? When you have a 0 and you have a 3 dot there, that means what? You have a 0, 0, 0. You have a 0 3 times. After that, we have a 3 dot at 1. That means you have a 1, 1, 1. That's the way to understand the dot. Okay, after that, we have 4 at 2. So that means you have a 4, sorry, you have a 4 dot at the 2. That means you have a 2, 4 times. Okay. After that, you have what? 3. How many dots you have on 3? 5. So you have 3. Okay. 5 times. After that, we have a 2 dot on 4. That means what? We have a 4, 2 times. And after that, we have a 5, 2 times. And after that, we have a 6, 1. Okay. Now, let's see the answers, okay, one by one. So here, the first one, they say the median is 3. The median is 3. Okay, let's check something quick. Perfect. The median is 3. Okay, is it correct? Let's check. Median means the middle number. But before you find the middle number, you have to put these numbers in order. They help you, everything is in order. So how many numbers we have in total? 20. Because the median, okay, is that middle number, and we have a 20 numbers, the middle number will be what, between the 10th and the 11th. Okay, so it's between this. And to find that median, we're gonna do what? Okay, 2 plus 3 divided by 2, and that gives you 5 over 2, which is 2.5. So the first one is not correct. The median is not a 3. Okay, now the next one, they say the mode is 5. The mode is, the most repeating number here. And the most repeating number here is what? The 3. And we have this 3, how many times? 5 times. Okay, so the mode is not 5, but it's 3. So it's out. So median, let's put it here. Median is 2.5. Mode is 3. Now they say the mean is greater than the range. So we need to know the mean. And the mean here is to add all these numbers. Okay, you add everything you get what? So let's put it here. If you add everything, you get 50, and you divide 50 by 20. Okay, because you have a 20 numbers, that give you what? 2.5. So the mean is 2.5, and they say the mean is greater than the range. So what is the range? The range is to take, okay, the highest number, which is here, 6, minus the lowest, 0, and that gives you 6. So the range is 6, okay, because the range is 6, and they say the mean is greater than the range, this is also false. So this will tell me that even I don't finish, but I know that this is the correct choice. D is the correct choice, because that's the only choice left. But let's check. The median is equal to the mean. The median here is 2.5. The mean is 2.5. So the correct choice is D. Question 24. How many possible outcomes, okay, how many possible outcomes would there be if 3 coins were tossed once? This is a probability question. And to solve this question, okay, I'll tell the first one that the correct choice is A. Yes. But to better explain it, I'll use something called tree diagram. Okay, so that tree diagram is this. I'll make this. Understand that if you toss a coin, you have two choices. Okay, you're gonna have heads or you have tail. Yes. Okay. Yes. Now the thing is this: when you toss the 3 coins, you can have a head for the first coin. Now the second coin, you can have this again head, or you have a tail. Yeah. Now the third one, you can have what? Again head or tail. So this is telling that this is one possibility. You have a head. That's one possibility. Or you have a head, and the tail. Okay. Now look, we don't finish yet. The other branch will be this. Here you can have again head or tail. Okay, so this is again one possibility. You have a head, tail, head, or you have head, tail, tail. So far, how many possibilities we have here? We have a 4th possibility. Okay, when the first coin is head. And we're gonna have again 4 possibilities when the first coin is T. But let's do that. So I can have this. Okay, so I have a head, I have a tail. Or I can have, that is this. Okay, this. So head, tail, head, tail. So this is telling me that yes, you can have tail, head, head, or tail, head, tail, or tail, head, sorry, a tail again before head, or you have a tail, tail, tail. Yeah, so let me write all this. So this is another 4 possibility. So let me write all these possibility for you. So you have a H, 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 or you have a H, H, G, or you have H, T, H, or you have H, T, T, or you have T, H, H, or you have T, H, T, or you have T, T, H, and the last one, T, T, T. So in total, yes, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the correct one is. The next question. In the diagram below, they say AB is equal to AC. So this is equal to this. So what is the value of X? First of all, when you have a triangle and the two sides are equal, that means what is isosceles triangle. That's the key information. Therefore, this angle here is same as this one here. Therefore, I can call this x plus 20 degrees. Yes. So they have the same value. So this is telling me that to solve for x, this is simple again, but tricky. To solve for x, you're gonna add all the angles here. So you have x plus 20, okay, plus again x plus 20. Remember, we have x plus 20 two times because the two angles are equal, plus 3x. And if you add all of these, that'll give you 180 degrees. Where the 180 degrees came from, or where the 180 came from, you have to understand for any triangle, okay, it's not only for isosceles. For any triangle, when you add all the three angles value, you get 180. So that is very important here to solve for x. Therefore, we'll try to combine like terms x, x, 3x. That gives me 5x because each x represents 1x. Now, plus 20 plus 20 is 40 is equal to 180. So I'm going to subtract 40. Okay. I will get what? 5x is equal to 140. We continue. Now, this time, to solve for x, we're going to divide everything here by 5. 5 by 5. Okay. To do this question, solve this question with no calculator, understand that 140 is same as what? 14 times 10. Okay, divide by 5. Look, if I divide 10 by 5, I get a 2. And the 2 times 14 is 28. The correct answer here is B. Okay, you see, this question here, I want to leave it for you. And please, I want you to try, because again, it's simple but tricky. I want you to try this question and leave your answer in the comment. And I will check later to let you know if it's correct. Okay, overall, understand that practice makes perfect. So if you watch this video, please share because that may help someone else. Thank you so much for your support and see you in another video. Bye-bye.